I'm the Hermit Mage, Gerald. Thanks for joining me. Welcome to hashtag Gratitude Challenge 2021, started by Jen, whose channel is linked below. This is day 6, where I talk about gratitude for the cards that I pulled. The first one is the High Priestess, and there's a couple of things about the High Priestess that I want to talk about that I see is the moon is shining up to her, and her head looks like there are apples in it. I just find that very interesting. I really like how her veil or her headdress comes down so it looks like water because the high priestess for me is a very uh, new moon or very full moon energy or moon energy, and I associate that with a lot of water. I also the thing I noticed about here is this this word here or on the book. It could be Torah, but it could also be to Ra, which I find very interesting because Ra is the Egyptian god of the sun, and the high priestess is associated with the moon. So it's a very interesting balance there. And let's take a quick look at the Seven of Swords, which was my shadow card. And this is it's interesting because this is, I think about this as what's the motivation behind the high priestess? Um, and if you see the full moon or the moon behind the Seven of Swords, it looks almost like a halo, and it could be that the High Priestess is looking after this person in the Seven of Swords. Um, there's, the eyes are above. There's another eye here, and then there's an eye here. Um, it does look like there's a tear in this person's eye, and with the eyes looking at him or her or this person, they're green, and so people, green with envy sort of approach. Um, and then we have a silver or white wolf coming from him. And the what I try to remember with the Seven of Swords is the Seven of Swords. This person is carrying away five of the swords, and two of them are remaining. So I am looking at that in association with the High Priestess. So the High Priestess for me um, is about well, I'm grateful for the high priestess because she gives me insight and knowing and intuition, and I have intuition, and I am grateful that I have learned to listen to it and to trust it and to consider it. The high priestess is very important for people who practice divination of any sort. Um, this reminds me that she is with me at all times. And so we have the Seven of Swords. The thing about the Seven of Swords, there is some discernment here in the sense of what to cut out, what to leave behind, um, knowing what and when to cut out. And I also look at this and it reminds me to know my enemy. And I think about going within, as the high priestess suggests to me, know that sometimes I can be my own worst enemy. So the other thing is that I am grateful to be aware of other people's struggles. When I'm interacting with people, I need to keep in mind that they may be reacting and responding to me, and that's about them and not about me. So that that knowledge of other people's struggle is sometimes not mine. So these are the two cards, and I really appreciate how they work together. And, again, we have the full moon behind this person on the Seven of Swords. We have the full moon or the crescent moon here. I just find that very, very interesting. So, all right, let's mix these cards so that I can think about what I can be, what I am drawing a gratitude toward over the next day. All right. So the first card that I get is the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, hurrah. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. And the other thing to consider with the Wheel of Fortune is the Eight of Coins. Very interesting. So please come back tomorrow and see my reflections about these two cards, the Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Coins.